Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my mic was on mute when I said it's time to start the show. And all of a sudden, for you guys, the show just started randomly. Welcome, everybody. Hey, we got Hillbilly kjcowboydan for Chat and Chill Friday. Woo woo. Season 1, episode 36. What can we talk about? Can we pick up some sticks?
So how you doing this morning? Sounds like you're having a good morning.
It's a good morning. Yeah, I'm excited for dinner tonight. We're having hamburgers.
Go.
Hamburgers. Homemade hamburgers. Because who wants to pay the price of fast food?
So you went out and killed a cow and everything?
Well, we borrowed from a cow. Lone wolf. Hey. Hey, check it out.
Check it.
It is Friday, everybody. Friday. And you're all invited to join the show. You're all invited to chat with us, ask us questions, do whatever. We're just chilling out, having a good time. I mean, God forbid you enjoy yourself and hit that like button and possibly subscribe. I mean, don't help us out at all. Oh, man. Today, it's beautiful outside. The dandelions are growing larger than we want them to.
It is pretty day. I mean, today here it started off cloudy, but now the sun's out and it's turned into a pretty day.
A pretty day. That's right. You know, I get to hear the birds sing, the cats chase the birds, so on and so forth.
Taste the dog.
Yeah, you know, it's a weird day when the squirrels chase the dog.
Yep.
Oh, how you guys doing today here? Like, KJ.
Well, I'm doing all right, minus my sinuses being all you know. I've been walking around all morning trying to have conversation with people around my household or even just here, and I just feel like I'm a zombie from Minecraft trying to talk to you going, you know?
Zombie. Well, that's true. If you know KJ, he feels more free to walk during the night to give you a spook.
I'm doing pretty good today.
Pretty good. Hillbilly. Hillbilly.
Yeah, I had a pretty good stream this morning. Got another one to do this afternoon.
Hillbilly having a pretty good stream. What kind of stream are you having?
Just some arena gameplay.
An arena. Oh, arena.
Yeah, no, I usually try to have a good stream myself, but every once in a while I prefer a creek, maybe a brook, or a river.
Yeah. You get it? He's making a joke about rivers.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Dark Master in the house. Dark Master. Hey, yo.
Dark Master.
Mm-hmm. Dark Master Gaming. And I thought some new chat popped up, but nope, it's that Twitch thing.
Oh, sorry about my Twitch.
Hoppip. A wild hoppip. What the heck is a hoppip?
It is a one of the little cheesy Pokemons.
Oh, cheesy.
It's not one of the good ones. Not one I want in my collection.
Does Twitch like calculate all the Pokemon you catch in the game and like give you points and let you use those Pokemon?
Yeah, well, it's fun because when you catch them, right? In my about menu, there's a little area where you can go that you can actually play and train your Pokemon like you like the old Nintendo Game Boy games. I mean, pretty much, it's virtually the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just you go down there and you trade them up, and you can sell your duplicate Pokemon and battle them in an arena. It's a little fun little chat-based game that you can actually take part in on the Twitch side. I've been kind of negotiating getting rid of it, but unfortunately, people do use it when they go to my stream. So it's like, the streams. Dark Master's asking, how you guys doing today? We're doing amazing. I mean, if we looked as good as kjcowboydan down there and looked as handsome as HILLBILLY over there, today must be doing pretty good. Don't look at me. I look rough like sandpaper. And the Hoppip escaped. But you know what doesn't have to escape? If you're on the Twitch side watching on kjcowboydan's channel, why don't you hit that follow button? Subscribe to his channel. Do all the things. It doesn't take much if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber to get a free subscription to my channel.
Oh yeah, free subscription, and KJ has a Ko-fi link.
Indeed. For the price of a coffee, if you don't want to subscribe to the channel for a price of a coffee, you can always support, and it helps get some tech that we're trying to get together so we can get to the next level. Especially once we get the a certain rigging, we will soon be doing comic book readings where a few of our friends will voice characters from comic books.
Comic books. Cool. KJ's always wanted to be the voice of Magneto.
I would have, but when I auditioned for the role in 1998 for the 2000 movie, and they said that I did not have enough magnetism. Being only a head in the jar, I guess they wanted something that was full body magnetism.
Well, from the size of your ego, I thought you were all gravity. That's funny. But no, like comic book reads could be fun. Reading scripts, getting in trouble. Oh no, I'm amazing. Yeah. It's a good comic book character is HILLBILLY. Like, have you heard of the Incredible Eating Man? Like, the buffets are his nemesis because they're always putting up no entry posters with his face on it.
The buffet killer.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Because when HILLBILLY walks in a buffet, it's, make him go broke or die trying.
Yup.
I'm kidding. Well, check it out. What's on the roster today? Yesterday's conversation that we were having was pretty epic. I can't wait to revisit that a little more again.
Funny,
But-
yesterday's conversation kind of bled into last night's topic when I was on. Unintentionally, I managed to bring yesterday's conversation over to DJ's show by accident. And me and Gaming Bob had a great conversation last night.
Yeah.
Minus a little tiny error with my getting booted out of DJ's show for a couple of minutes. But yesterday's conversation did bleed over into a lot of other of my activities yesterday.
Yeah. Well, yesterday's conversation was more relevant to what's going on, in today's world.
Yep.
And the truth is collecting. The idea of collecting right now is on like broken glass or eggshells, because the way we collect, what we're willing to purchase, that's kind of changing with the current events happening. And it's interesting because I'm seeing a lot of people on YouTube talking about the way they collect. In fact, one thing that's been popping my feed more and more too is people switching over to physical media for movies. They're like,
yeah,
because they're like, one, if you own it, you don't have to purchase it again. You buy what you want. It has special features on these discs like DVDs and Blu-rays. Then the quality doesn't stammer if your internet connection is being wobbly.
I've been preaching this for a while, switching back to physical media. But unfortunately, the developers, from film production companies to game developers like Sony and the game developers, are not going to let that happen.
Right.
Sony has already announced, and also Disney's announced, that they're getting rid of their physical media market. And without the physical media market and being available, you're only going to be limited to either pirated physical media, or you're going to be limited to physical media that is released at the time. And if the entertainment companies, from gaming down to video, decides that they're going to continue their push, which they're pushing really hard as digital media, it's going to be something that may cause a lot of hardship on your wallet.
So if you have to, go to your local Goodwill, go to your yard sales, find the physical media. Like, honestly, it's worth it. I mean,
while you can, because that physical media, the problem with physical media, as we know, especially if you're of the VHS days, is good luck replacing those pieces of physical media, especially now that they're eliminating physical media.
Right. They're not, the companies are not going to go out and destroy all the physical media that's out there.
No, but they're just not going to continue. Sony and Disney, being the two biggest, have already announced that and started the trend and towards no more physical media being sold in their new product. Right. And if you are hoping to continue your movie library, your gaming library, or whatever, you're going to have a hard time doing that once they make the changes.
Right. But it's a good heads up to go and fetch it, right now. Yep. Go buy your DVD players while you can, your Blu-ray players.
Right. And that's only going to help, though, with your current, the current stuff that you can get your hands on. Future product is definitely going to be affected greatly.
Oh, yeah. Well, think about this. If you have it now, you don't have to worry about it later. Well, and if they do go all digital with their media, it's up to the consumers to vote with their wallets if they choose.
Well, there's one thing between voting with your wallet and making a reasonable decision. You can vote with your wallet. It's like there was a point brought up yesterday that says voting with your wallet only helps when you have a choice with your wallet.
Right.
When it comes down to the media making decisions, like we are not going to make new DVDs after 2027, which is what Disney said. No more DVDs, period, after 2027. So, which means you will not be, other than what's already been made, you will not get new media on DVD form after 2027, period. Disney's already said that. Warner Brothers is going the same way. Sony's going the same way. Even if you can tell, Sony's already started going that way, and they're eliminating future gaming on physical media for any PlayStation games coming out next year. They're not going to have any physical media starting next year.
Well, that's funny because I don't have to buy a PS6.
Well, you don't have to buy one, but if you want to keep up with the gaming, which is unfortunately a lot of people who are streamers are in the gaming market,
right?
For example, they will have to if they want to keep their content growing. And there is a thing about moving with the times. I mean, we can only vote with our wallet so much as long as the companies that are telling us what to buy, because we are consumers. We consume pretty much, and we've talked about this before. We're told what to buy. We have been told what to buy since the 60s and 70s and the 80s, when we were marketed to blatantly with cartoons. Transformers, He-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Star Wars. Before Star Wars came out, George Lucas had released a line of toys a year prior just to promote Star Wars. So I mean, it's all how we're marketed to. We're told what we're going to spend our money on.
Well, a person that's smart, can make the choice not to buy.
Right. You can always make the choice not to buy, but if you're going to buy, you're going to have to buy in the forms that they are going to be selling in. It's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be rough for those gamers who make their life living on streaming games. Yes, because if they don't, like, I'm a physical media person. Don't get me wrong, I got some digital games in my library for sure.
Me too. I'm a physical media person myself. I hate when I have to buy pay money for a game, especially when those games are pricing at $60 for a game and they're not even giving you physical media for it. Why? $60 for something that doesn't have physical media.
Why? I mean, come on, $80 for a Nintendo game.
And the new Switch. Oh my God! The prices that they're advertising for these games are redonkulous.
Redonkulous, indeed. I mean, $80 for a physical copy and like $70 for a digital. Unless I got that backwards, is it $80 for digital or $90 for hard copy?
Well, it's gonna Nintendo's gonna go about doing only limited hard copies, and then everything else is gonna be digital. So it's like if you're gonna get a hard copy, you're gonna have an issue. It's gonna be too expensive. They're doing their best to eliminate. It's unfortunately the direction that they're telling us they're going to go. I mean, like I said, voting with your wallet is only going to go so far if they're going to continue going in that direction, no matter what.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to control the entertainment industry that way. I mean, that's a pretty horrible way to go, if you ask me. If we just went all digital. I mean, look, Hasbro's trying to go mainly digital, so.
Well, they are trying to break into the digital market. I think, I think Hasbro has really no choice, being that toys are not as oftenly purchased as they used to be.
Right.
To put it mildly, I mean,
more adults are buying the toys for themselves than they are for their kids anymore.
Right. And when you're dealing with a toy company, and toys for these kids are an outdated technology, really, physical toys and whatnot. I mean, we're talking about people who have been raised on cell phones, and these kids. My neighbor has an 8-year-old kid who has a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, it is ridiculous. Like, why does a young kid barely learning life have to have a cell phone? I mean, other for emergency calls. Like, they do have phones for kids. Like, they actually have phones for kids. I just have the basic necessities. So if they need to call like a parent or a trusted member of the family, they can.
Yep.
But to actually have like a smartphone is ridiculous. That's my opinion, of course.
No. And I believe that it is ridiculous. It's horrible. In comparison to, it's like it's good idea to make sure somebody has a way of communication. I think that everybody should have some sort of way of communicating, but at the same time, me and you were kids, we always kept a pocket full of quarters in case we had to hit up that payphone and call our parents exactly at 3 o'clock after our school got out. We're walking home.
Mm-hmm.
Call
1-800-COLLECT.
1-800-CLLITT. I'm not complaining about the communication aspect. My thought process is when the toy becomes the one device, the one device becomes the one thing that we can't live without as a society,
right?
And EMP, sunspot, whatever natural or even unnatural disaster happens that wipes our communication stuff out. They say the good sunspot will wipe out our entire cell phone infrastructure. What happens if these people who are living everything from their entertainment to their daily life on their cell phones, and there's a good EMP, wipes everything out? They're calling for one of those. They say that we're beyond due for a sunspot. Imagine how everything would be if we had to go back to the 90s.
Oh no, we'd have to go outside, pick up a stick, and play Call of Duty.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying, kids. I don't think the kids today, let alone the adults today, can handle like such a return back to the way the 90s were.
Mm-hmm.
For example,
right. 90s
when we had games that are probably okay. There's a reason why cartridge games are not selling anymore. They only could fit so much information on it. There's only so much you can do with a cartridge game.
Well, not just that, but when you're trying to amass more profit for your games, it's easier to sell a digital copy than it is to make a physical copy and sell that.
Oh yeah. Plus, think about it. Joe Blow doesn't want to go out and do something because he has to pay for gasoline and then from gasoline he has to do pay for insurance on his car and maintenance, and it's just easier to order in and order it from your computer and just download it on the spot. I have a physical copy. It's on my computer. Okay, but every game that I have on Steam, everything, if I don't have access to the internet, I cannot access some of my Steam stuff. It's like, okay, but I purchased the game. Well, technically you purchased the the ability to use the online version of the game.
Right.
So if you don't have online, then you're SOL. Well, I bought it. I should be able to download it to my computer and play it whenever I want. Well, you have to join our servers as well. Now you have to pay a membership for a server. I'm looking at you, Blizzard. And then from there, you have to pay memberships to be part of this campaign, just like Call of Duty. I own Call of Duty, but I can't play Call of Duty because Call of Duty doesn't exist anymore.
That's why people love the old physical media. A lot of people collecting physical games from the old past because they're complete. You don't need internet to play a 64 game or a GameCube game or a PlayStation 1 game, people are enjoying the stuff from the past because you don't need subscriptions for all this stuff. They can find them.
But the problem is with the stuff from the past is just that there's stuff from the past that's not getting made anymore. And the people who do have access to those items from the past that aren't getting made anymore either have money and can afford to invest in the antiquities or collectible that we talked about yesterday.
Right.
In this case scenario, your video games in cartridge form or your DVDs, your VHSs, those are antiquities that they don't make anymore and they're getting rid of.
Oh, it's true. Because
go to Walmart and tell me how
TV
big your DVD section is at your Walmart, and I'll tell you how big the DVD section of my Walmart is in comparison to how the DVD section of Walmart used to be. Let alone go to Best Buy. Best Buy used to have half of their store was DVDs, half of the store. Now it's like one little tiny aisle. Why? Because the production companies are getting rid of them, and you will have no choice but to get it that way. That's just the way it is.
But like I was about to say, so you went on that rant.
Sorry.
Was not a lot of the new TVs have the capability to play those antiquities of game consoles. So you need to buy older TVs or special parts to connect to your new TV.
Right. So and then from there, if you want to be that guy who is like, people who I respect the most of, unfortunately, for wanting to be troglodytes like myself and staying in the past, the hipsters and that hipster movement trying to save the record player. I appreciate that movement, even though I make fun of them greatly. The save the record player movement people, they are buying things that in order to keep these things going, they're coming up with these little inventions, but at the same time, it's not going to help in the long run, where the companies that are selling them are going to say, look, yeah, you can have it, but we're not going to sell it to you because we're not going to make it and it's not going to exist.
Right.
That's where the line's drawn, unfortunately.
What's Hillbilly thinking?
I'm just sitting here listening.
Listen.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I mean, one thing though, you either have to have money to get the old stuff or already have it.
Right. Which is a valid point. And see, the problem is it's when the old stuff is old stuff and is not gonna, and the new stuff cannot be, and then they stop making old stuff, and you can't get that old stuff because it's old stuff and it's not available for any place else other than a antiquities dealer or collectibles dealer. And
unless you already have it.
But if you already have it, then the conversation's moot. You already have it.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying is you already have it. And I can guarantee you that these kids out there who's going to be the next us don't have it. They don't have it, and they're not going to have it. You're talking about something you already have. When it comes down to certain things, especially yesterday's topic, where this is spouting from, you already have it. You're not spending extra money on it, so it's not an issue. The issue is where you're spending your money and where the companies that are making you spend your money are making you spend it at and how. That is the issue.
Oh, yeah.
It's not whether or not you already have it. If you already have it, power to you. You already have it. We're not having this conversation because you already have it. I mean, you're not going to spend your money on something you already have. It's ridiculous.
Right.
You're not
going to spend money on something you already have. But for those people who want to get the old stuff, because look, this might be old person me talking because I'm growing old. But having some of those niceties that don't rely on the internet, because as we grow older, we know for a fact that the internet, the Wi-Fi, whatnot, is not 100% reliable. That's pretty good.
But that's not where the industry is going.
Right.
You're talking in a perfect world as a person that's seen the 90s, like me and you. We've seen the 90s. We know how this goes. But unfortunately, to quote my son, you're old and you're talking old people nonsense. And that's not the way the world is nowadays. And me old guy, 47 years old, gonna, hanging out with people in their late 30s and early 50s. Me and you, our community is of people who use common sense. Unfortunately, this business world that is telling the kids, the younger generation, what to buy and how to spend their money. That generation is being told what to buy, and they're buying into it, and they see that that's how the world is for them, and that's how the world is. So that's how they're letting the world be morphed. We're old people. We see things with common sense, and unfortunately, the where it's going is not built off of common sense.
Right. Because, I mean, look at this. Here is a far off thought, right? If everything goes digital, and let's say a lot of people, because I see people selling their DVD collections on Facebook and stuff all the time. Downsizing, don't need it, whatever. The whole world goes digital. And the digital world goes well for a while. Then, one day that sunspot happens and everybody's living in the past. They don't know what to do. They're panicking. They're getting bored. They don't know what to do when they're bored because they never drawn a picture or went outside and played, picked up a stick, rode a bike. I think there needs to be a balance. And
indeed there does. Indeed, there does. The question is how do you get that balance? And from there, who controls not only the media but your wallet?
Right.
I mean, you control your wallet to a certain degree. That's what you like to tell yourself as a responsible adult. I control my wallet. I vote with my wallet. I decide what I'm going to invest my energy, and from energy also other aspects of certain importances. And unfortunately, though, when it comes down to I make my decisions as a responsible adult, the rest of the world, unfortunately, as we have discussed in the past, do not.
Well, parts of it from all, because I know what you're talking about when it comes to going digital and stuff. And a lot of it is they want to force the thought that you don't own anything.
Yeah. And it's working, unfortunately.
And which look, on a legal standpoint, I understand where they're coming from, because they make a game, they spend millions of dollars making a game, right? And for $40, not anymore, but $40, you buy the game. It's no longer theirs when it's in your hand. They're getting tired of people getting mods for their games. Not all games, but there's people who mod games, like especially on the computer.
Mostly most of the modders, though, are modding games that are not available anymore, and being modded towards systems that are out there. There are a lot of mods for gaming out there that you can get for current games, and they're doing that. But those are usually regulated by the gaming companies, so you're not finding like too many mods, and with the exception of Roblox and Minecraft and a couple other like modded games where they mod through user support and whatnot, because they want people to keep playing as long as they keep upgrading the games. But games like Super Mario Brothers, where you see a lot of Nintendos right now, they're preventing people from modding Super Mario Brothers, and they don't even make it anymore. So much every 10 years they'll put it up on their new system as like a little little anniversary edition or something, but you don't see it.
No, it's stupid. Like half the stuff they go through, because look, like if the game is old, And modders go into it because I've seen people mod like games like Mortal Kombat from back in the day. Because Mortal Kombat was one of the first games that was hugely modded back in the day, like on the PC. Because one of the co-creators left the company and wanted to do something else with it. You know, but then people were doing it with other games, and I've played a modded Mario Brothers when I was in Job Corps. Someone was creating a game with Game Creator. They took the code from Mario Brothers, put that in there, and modded it to have like different powers and stuff in it. Yeah, people are doing this stuff all the time, right?
Well,
but
they're also trying to make it illegal to do it too. Right now, Nintendo is on a kick right now to eliminate modding altogether. Right. Also, Sony, they're trying to pass rules as well under the same rules that Nintendo's trying to do. Sony's trying to make it so that way it's illegal to mod old systems. Mm-hmm. That's also a big issue right now, that a lot of people are buying the old systems, modding them up for digital, modding them up for being able to run like other system games. It's just they're working on trying to make it illegal.
Yeah.
Look at Nintendo's current situation with the modders.
Mm. Yeah, but you know, the gaming companies don't fully understand the gaming community either.
I think they do. So much, in fact, that they've monopolized and made bank money. They do understand the gaming community. They understand the gaming community better than the gaming community wants to admit it. As long as the gaming community is pumping money out of their pockets for digital games, trust me, the gaming companies, the gaming producers, the gaming manufacturers, and the gaming developers, they know the game player better than the game player themselves.
All right, if that's the case, why do they keep making games you can't stream?
Because they want to make money. They want to make money. That's why. They know you're going to buy it. That's capitalism.
But you can't stream it because of copyright issues.
Yeah, they don't want you to stream it. That's why. They want you to go and buy it and play it yourself, and then you've paid them. If I'm streaming it, and all these people, like, I get copyright strikes on my gameplay. Even on Minecraft, I'm getting like copyright strikes. You know, for the Minecraft music itself, I have to put in my own AI music in the background because the Minecraft music gets you copyrighted. All right. The gaming music gets you copyrighted. The game itself can get you copyrighted. There are IPs involved, multiple large companies, trust me, that are making money off of you. And that is smart business. And they understand that you're going to spend your money. Trust me, they know you better than you know you. These companies know you better than you do.
I stopped playing Borderlands because they got a copyright strike just because of the intro.
Okay, yeah, that's why I stopped playing. Also, one of the reasons why, if you watch Jesse and I play Borderlands, I don't have the music on. I even some of the vocals are copyrightable. Some of the script is copyright that you can get copyright infringement on. Now, what I'm saying is, they so much, in fact, that they know that you're going to spend your money on it. They know you better than you do. Of course, they're doing it, and that's the reason why. It's smart business. If I can say I'm going to copyright this person because they're playing my product on the stream. First of all, we don't have permission from the companies. You're technically, people who get copyright struck from music. Just music on YouTube. That is, you need to have BMI ASCAP certification in order to play music. While YouTube does have that, they're not giving it to you. You, as an entertainer, need to carry your own BMI certification if you're going to play music. Down to even playing music in a bar, down to playing music anywhere where there's money being changed hands.
Right.
You can get copyright infringement, because if there's anywhere that you're possibly able to take money in hand and you're using somebody else's IP, that is
YouTube music. So much will copyright you. That's right.
You know, down to the very minimum, and they know that you're going to pay for it anyway. It goes back to the conversation we had about Magic. When people keep on saying, well, Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro's being unfair, they're charging so much money. Well, people can always say vote with your wallet, but problem is vote with your wallet is only viable to a certain degree. The whole
Well, it's only viable if everybody does it. It's nothing if it's just you.
Right. And that's the problem.
Uh-huh.
See, that's the problem, right? And so, unfortunately, we old people, like I said, we think with a rational, reasonable, also practical mentality where we're like, okay, we'll just buy the physical copy. But if the physical copy is not going to be made anymore, if the fact that the companies want to have you purchase it and they're going to copyright you for showing it on stream because it's their product, and they're not making money off of you playing a video game on stream when you're making money off of their product. Of course they're going to copyright you. I would copyright you if you were showing my product without permission.
Right.
It's like saying, well, they're just being unfair. They're playing, it's their product. Even if you paid $50 for it, that doesn't give you the right to make $1,000 off of something you paid $50 for.
It doesn't give you the right to make money off it. What kind of capitalist society are we?
Exactly.
It's a capitalist society that says, I own it. I'm allowed to make money off of it. You only own the play rights. You don't own the broadcast rights when you purchase the video game or a movie or a song. Mm-hmm. You don't purchase those rights. You're purchasing the right to own a physical copy and play it at your own home. So much, in fact, that for decades, at the beginning of a VHS cassette, you had a warning about broadcasting without permission, about copying without permission.
Right.
So much, in fact, that a European agency will come to your door and arrest you for copying. Interpol, a European agency, will has threatened to come to your door for decades if you broadcast or copy a VHS cassette. It's always been that way. And what kind of capitalistic society are we? We're a capitalistic society that says we're going to make the money, not you. That's the way capitalism works. If capitalism worked the other way, that'd be communism, that'd be Marxism, where you made the money and not the producer of the product.
No. It's good for the.
You're talking Marxism there.
I just saw Hillbilly's comment in the private chat. That's funny. No. Like people do it all the time. They buy something cheap, they flip it for a profit, right?
People private video cassettes all the time. That doesn't make it thing. And when they're flipping a product, when you buy a product, then you turn around to sell it, you're buying a product that's already been made and sold, right? You're taking an existing product that's already been made and sold. But with the whole going digital and removing CDs, removing this stuff, only way you're going to get a physical copy is if you pirate it in the future. And then that case scenario, now we've shunned pirating in the past on this show. So are we going to now like turn around and say, no, it's okay in this case scenario? So, I mean, where is the line when it's okay for us to pirate and when is it okay for us not to pirate? Where's the line?
Right. I understand the logistics of the question you're asking, because but what it comes down to is what the companies are willing to face.
The companies are willing to face your wallets.
They are willing to face your wallet. Companies have the money to take you to court with fancy lawyers.
Yeah, and the consumer who buys the video game, streams their gameplay without permission. Every single one of us who's on YouTube has the audacity to play a video game. I play Minecraft on a regular basis. That is a copyrightable IP down to the very minimum, down to the very pixel. If they wanted to, my Minecraft gaming streams can be copyrighted left and right, even without their music, without their audio effects. There is just the audio effects, the zombie groans in Minecraft. Oh, that is a copyrighted sound. The sound of the sound that the mahjong tiles, if you're playing Windows mahjong, that's a copyrighted sound.
Mahjong. It's a fun game. If you
when you see people, I mean, when you see people showing those Star Wars clips on their shows, a lot of people get in trouble just for clips. You know how many times people like DJ Longhair and a few other people, they play their little clips from movies as little memes in the middle of things, and they're told not to. DJ gets in trouble every time he plays a Nicolas Cage clip of even 2 words as soon as his voice comes up. I mean,
I've learned that because like I had a lot of videos with clips in them, and I've taken as they get copyright strike, and usually it's this not a strike, but like you're not going to make money off this. They're going to make money on it. I just delete the video. I'm like, okay, I don't need that video.
So it's like, okay, that's taking somebody else's IP and then using it for your own work, and that's what they're trying to prevent. That's what they're trying to prevent.
What they're taking away is the Creative Commons, like because like back in the day, like if you took a clip of, let's say, Futurama, and you edit it enough to make it your own, that was Creative Commons. It was a created clip. It took the copyright out of it. And
okay. Did you edit it down where none of the original characters are there that you didn't draw, animate yourself?
Right.
And did you change the characters up so that it's obviously not Fry from the thing? Like even my character is based off of my VTuber avatar. I can get in trouble at any point in time should the Matt Groening people or Fox or Disney now owns Fox says, look, you're using a character concept. Even my character concept could be at risk by my being my character. And fortunately, I have not been told to take it down and stop using this character. But they could, and legally, I am so close to the original art form, even though it was drawn by somebody who's not there. It's not a character that's in any of the Fox franchises. It just shares the Matt Groening style artwork, and even then, it still has copyright infringement on it. People who were get sued by Disney all the time for having knockoff Disney characters on T-shirts, and they're so far off that it's obvious not the real thing. How many times have you seen a effed up Pooh Bear toy that looks like it's like an off-market yard sale, no, not yard sale, swap meet Pooh Bear or a swap meet Mickey Mouse? I mean, it's like so off, it's not right, but yet they still get sued out of existence for creating it.
Right.
It's still copyright infringement. Even my character, though my character is an original creation, it is still considered copyright infringement, and I can get in trouble for it just for being this little head in a jar.
Just a head in a jar. That's right. A
head in a jar that's not even part of the Futurama or Simpsons IP, just shares a similar art style.
Right. And you know what? The fan bases of things are going to dwindle because of these facts. They're not going to be obsolete, but they're not going to be as big as they used to be.
Well, that's a fact, but fan base is going to dwindle with time anyway, and as new IPs come in and rotate through. Part of the reason why I think like the whole Mickey Mouse situation, I've always been like an idea like you can't own an idea after the person who creates the idea is gone, because only person who can own their idea is the person who came up with the idea. Now Walt Disney, long gone, dead, but a company still owned it, and they fought to have the Mickey Mouse law for 75 years, and then they expanded the Mickey Mouse law, and then they finally couldn't expand it any further, you know. But you can't own an idea. Part of the reason why it's almost impossible to copyright a lot of the AI stuff.
The AI stuff. They'll try to copyright anything.
Oh yeah,
even your voice.
Yeah, they will. I got a copyright strike on my own voice.
Wow.
you know. So yeah, that just goes to prove the point.
Mm-hmm. Like it's coming down to weird greed. Like I don't know what kind of greed. But like people saying if I can make money off it, I will. Because like I've had a couple of videos where people try to copyright them, and none of the stuff in that was anybody's other than mine.
Right. You know, I really think that like there is only so much voting with your wallet and all that stuff that you can do to prevent this stuff, because in the long run, there's always somebody with a bigger wallet.
Always with a bigger wallet.
There's always somebody with a bigger wallet, and that bigger wallet can shift money both ways.
Yeah, money.
You know,
and a bigger wallet will have a bigger ad campaign.
Yeah, bigger ad campaigns. Like I said, it shifts money both ways. From so I mean, it's very hard. And I personally agree with the capitalism aspect, but as a consumer, I look at the way things were when me and you were growing up in the 90s, and I'm looking at we had our physical media. We actively can touch our game. You know, we could do things. We actually had something that we didn't have to pay a subscription service for that ends up ultimately costing us 5 times the amount of the video game that we initially paid for. As a person who grew up with common sense, these things are not right for the consumer. But unfortunately, we are not in a consumer market.
I'll tell you what, it might not happen today, but in the future, all digital games is going to affect the reselling industry.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think that you're going to see like 100%. I think you're at most, you're probably going to see about an 80% digital in our lifetime, because there's still the need for physical. And as long as there are hipsters and troglodytes like myself out there, there will be people buying physical media. Now, I do live a minimalist lifestyle. I can't handle having a lot of crap. But at the same time, if they ever got rid of comic books, I would. And because they tried when Disney bought Marvel, they tried doing this whole digital comic books thing. I remember that. And they're still trying to push it, and it's a failure left and right. But they're still trying to push with it. So much, in fact, that they're trying to do all these games in order to push the digital comic books. So allegedly, I don't know because I don't play it, but allegedly, Marvel Rivals has a nest egg that has digital comic books that you can read in it. There's a nest egg somewhere in there, and I don't know. I've never found it, but I don't play the game. Now, Disney likes to force their digital product and get you subliminally. A lot of companies have used subliminal messaging in different forms throughout the years in media, from flashing a Coke up on the screen by having an extra drinking a Coca-Cola in the background, or having an advertisement for a movie that hasn't come out yet in the background. I mean, what was it? I'm Legend. They had Batman versus Superman advertised 2 years before Batman versus Superman was even announced to release.
That's right.
I'm just saying, we've experienced this before. This is how the media works, and this is how also the companies that, particularly Hasbro, works with the media companies, is to put their products in the background. And I think a company like Hasbro, who is a toy company, you will probably still see at least a good 20% of your product still be physical, even once everything goes 100% digital. You're still going to see 20% of the toy line at least.
Right. So, I mean, not everything can be an NFT. That's for sure. Not my food bill.
If you want to invest in Cowboy Dan coin, all you got to do is,
if you had a cowboy head coin, you could be flipping heads or tails.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. But yeah, I see where everybody's going with that. And I personally wish that we could go back to the 90s and go back to that whole physical media generation. It would make me a lot more comfortable. But I know that that's not realistically where, as a society, we're going.
Well, they want us to work physical jobs. They want us to do physical labor. They want us to eat physical food. They want us to drive physical cars. They want us to physically go to the stores and stuff. You know, I understand the digital thing to a point, right? Look, one of the biggest issues I have is space, physical space. I don't own too many games, but my game roster takes a lot of space. If all my games are digital, they'd be on my computer. Yeah, I wouldn't need the space other than hard drive space and stuff. So I get some of the stuff they're talking about. But, I really love a physical copy of the game.
Yeah.
I like I hate the feeling of being dependent on something. There's a lot of things in my life where I'm already dependent on things. Like the ultimate thing we're all dependent on is money.
Yep.
Oh, I agree. We do have what we're dependent on. We are dependent on things as a physical entities about here. But unfortunately, what you're talking is common sense. Mm-hmm. And what we're talking about expands the levels of common sense into common sense stuff doesn't make money, where this imaginary digital electronics, ones and zeros being put onto a device makes more money. And the common sense old guy, that's Cowboy Dan and Super Fast Tortoise, who are talking common sense, are talking about a world that is not going to exist in 5 years.
Right.
Literally. And even if you vote with your wallet, it's not going to be enough to move it, because we are old guys, and the old guys like us are dying off one at a time. And
eventually, we're at the ages where we really don't have the rest of our lives compared to like a 20-year-old.
Right. So, like, our common sense is common sense, where unfortunately, the marketing is not being bred towards us with common sense. The marketing is bred for those who's going to have FOMO. Exactly.
And thinking of FOMO, you've been FOMOing over this.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. So it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
You're FOMOing over the shill section, the thrill section. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I can't believe it's already been an hour. Holy cow.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're talking digital, right?
Oh, yeah. I talk digital quite often. 10011001110.
How dare you use that language in front of a lady?
Really?
One day people are going to start reconnecting the conversation we had today to the Matrix, and they're going to be like, "Yeah, everything's digital. We are part of the Matrix. We're the batteries." It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But I digress, because I got a grocery delivery coming by that I have to pick up, so we gotta kind of cinch this up. But we're gonna start going to the shill section, starting with the infamous head in the jar that rolls around and gets kicked by cats. kjcowboydan.
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. So, yes, I had a lot more hot takes today. For more hot takes, join me here every Monday through Friday at 11 Central on the In the Shell Morning Coffee Podcast with Super Fast Tortoise. I heard it's a pretty good show. Also, join me Monday, where I'm going to be playing on Minecraft with Jesse and the people for Procrasticraft, and Wednesdays for Procrastinating Across the Ocean with Jesse Hellwheeler and myself. And don't forget, keep an eye out, because soon MTG Hillbilly, myself, and you will take part in a new experiment. A radio style call-in show where you can actually ask us a question and we will answer it, whether it be anything from Magic the Gathering, comic books, to just like even something simple like, how are you doing? You can call in to us, MTG Hillbilly and kjcowboydan, coming soon on KJHB Radio 4750 AM.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and thinking of vintage, KJ will have a rotary phone that you can dial into, so you can call them from your cell phone, and he'll answer your questions that way.
It's true.
Yeah, it is true, because I sent him the phone, actually.
Yeah, and trust me, you don't want to see how KJ uses the rotary phone. It looks like Hillbilly at a buffet.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And let's get to Hillbilly and his show.
Hey, everybody. Today, I will be doing some more arena gameplay. And that's all I got planned for today.
Mm-hmm. Well, wait. That's
Oh,
all he got
I just remembered one thing, though. Tomorrow, they are doing the release of the spoilers. So I will soon be doing that on the channel.
for Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Ooh, boy. Let's see what this expensive set's got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, Super Fast Tortoise. Tonight is FNM. We're going to play some Commander tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We'll play some Commander. Hell yeah. We're going to have a blast. And I want to thank you for subscribing. That was amazing of you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, KJ and Hillbilly, for being here. Man, you guys have been amazing. Dark Master, Lone Wolf, everybody who's in chat, 'cause there's a handful of you. Thank you for watching. Keeping tabs. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, because I go live Monday through Friday every day during those days for the morning show. And we do magic content, but Wednesdays and Fridays are more of our chat and chill days, because, you know, sometimes we like KJ or Hillbilly go off the hook when they have like a thought process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and thank you for being here. I want to remind you guys are awesome and amazing, that you are loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, brighten someone's day just a little, because you might be the change that they're looking for today. But anyways, with that, my friends, we got to get to the awesome outro. And with that, thank you, members, for being members of the channel. Thank you, subscribers, for subscribing.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends have been the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show.